I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Good morning, guys. What is going on? Hope you're all good. We're going to get into the charts in a second. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for all coming. Thank you for all you guys being here already. You guys are awesome. As usual, if you could let me know about the levels, if the music's too loud or if I'm too quiet, let me know. If I sound clear, that would be good. And we're going to get into the charts in a moment. What's happening, Rad? Yo, Mark. What's going on? You can hear the keyboard. That's weird because I'm muted. But hey, let's see. Right. Time for the charts. Yo, Biggest, what's going on? Thank you for joining. Hope y'all good. Right, so I can see some of you guys caught a couple of good trades this morning already, so well done. We're going to jump on here in a second and just basically see what we can find. Appreciate the likes, guys. You guys are awesome. Now, obviously, this is the earliest stream we've done. This is the first London session stream. So, going to be interesting to see how many of you guys are going to come. Bad trading day for me today. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Biggest. I saw that you were having a look at GU. Yeah, GU's definitely giving you a bit of a false information there. Because the fake out was looking good. I saw what you were looking at. You're obviously looking at this fake out here. But this came in and gave you a little bit of a... Well, stopped you out, I think. But this could be an entry here. This could be an entry here. We've got a bit of a PAS here. Okay. Let's just have a look at the other time frames. Yeah, you could get an entry. You could still get an entry here on GU. We're setting a little alert here because if we do break above this high, we could see price continue and fill the range. It's not the nicest PAS because we've got this liquidity, but this is a liquidity grab below these lows, so we could potentially get a trade here. 1-1 and we've lost one, fair one. So I had this trade on gold today. I actually took it out here at the bottom of this candle. It was super simple. The reason why I didn't post it today was because I was actually running across the bridge to a meeting, early morning training session. And basically pretty simple stuff. We had to break out the overnight lows here, as you can see. We then had this candle which flipped bearish, breaking out the lows. I actually got in as it pulled back a little bit, and then as volume came in, I had an alert set halfway and at 3/4 of the way. as soon as they went off, I decided to close the trade because I was busy, and we made a really nice profit there. So we actually closed that about there, like that. Super simple trade, super simple breakout. And another quick thing to look at here, which is an interesting thing, if you go to the daily, okay, the daily had just flipped bearish. Okay, so sometimes it pays to go look at the daily in the morning, because you know this is the line that had the breakout, and just after that, that next 30-minute candle was going to be the bullish volume to push down after the daily candle had pushed bearish, right? So that was another confluence that we were heading down today, so I was happy to take that trade, and I actually over risked a little bit because of that, and I managed to make 3% here. So I was risking a little bit much, a bit of a higher risk here, because if I go down to the lower time frame, when I entered, I didn't want to put my stop just above here just yet, so I waited, and then I did eventually, well, I actually didn't need to because it happened so quickly, but the stop could have gone there, and that would have been a nice 3 to 6.7. I see that Mark, you caught that one, which is awesome, so nicely done there. So also, guys, I know that there's only a few of you guys here, and you guys are probably already in the Discord, but there is only 12 spaces left in the Discord. Just touching on that, now I appreciate you guys being in the Discord early, so that's why I want to give you guys lifetime access. So you're always going to have access to the trading Discord, even after the monthly fee comes in. So yeah, just a big thank you to you guys. It's just me giving back to you guys and being able to not sting you with anything, because I do really appreciate your support. So yeah, I just joined. Yeah, I saw that you've been. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining. You're getting in a good time. There's only 12 spots left now for free entry, and then after that, the paid entries will have to be. That bearish candle went crazy. I was like, I am my head out. Yeah. On the gold trade, yeah, the gold trade was nice, man. Diego, just been watching your videos last night, been learning so much. Appreciate you, Diego. Thank you for joining. Hopefully you got into the Discord. That's amazing. Well, I appreciate you watching the videos and staying up all night, man, and hopefully you learned something from that. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I've been doing this for 8 years, and I just want to give back, because making videos for you also helps me. How do I get to your Discord? So I'll put the link in the description now. You're going to be one of the lucky 11 that are going to get free access before it goes to a monthly service, so monthly payment. So let me just grab that for you right now. And also I appreciate people like Mate and everyone in the comments of the recent video, posting in the comments saying how much it's worth, the value. So thank you guys. Hopefully that link should work for you. I'm just going to double check myself. Yeah, so that'll put you into the Discord, and that is going to give you lifetime access, my friend. So welcome. I've lost you guys now. Where have you gone? There you go. Okay, so London session. Let's see what we can find. As I said, I had this gold trade this morning. Also, just quickly before we move on the Discord, there's going to be a couple of changes. I'm going to have a new channel, which is going to be where I post my trades. Okay, and in that channel, I'm only going to be able to post the images. You guys will be able to talk in there, but it will just be where I post the live trades. And then I'm going to have a community trading channel where you guys can post your trades and just spit it out a little bit, just so it's a bit more clearer going forward. That's going to go live this afternoon. Awesome. Nice to have you in the Discord there, Diego. Been in heavy loss, want to improve. Please, can you coach me? Absolutely, man. If you join the Discord right now, I think maybe you are in the Discord, then you're going to get plenty of coaching over there. I do have one-to-one bookings, but obviously that's quite expensive to go for a one-to-one. They're on the website. You can check out the website. It is www.ineffectstrading.io, but there's plenty of free content on YouTube, so go check out the videos. That's not really a link, is it? But you can copy and paste it. Let me get the link for you guys. But there's going to be plenty of live streams. You've also managed to get into Discord before it becomes a paid service, and we're going to have loads more content over there. So just stay in the community, and you're definitely going to learn, man. There's no doubt about it. Okay. Right. Let me just get this up for you guys. and then we'll get into the charts and actually see if we can find some trades, because we need to find something today. We've only had one today, so oh my god, it's the morning. I'm all over the shop today. There you go, there's an actual hyperlink. Okay, I can see we're up to 4 likes, guys. If we can get it up to 10 likes today, that would be amazing. Interesting potential setup here on gold. We have another potential entry after breaking out the lows. Okay, we've got this resistance area here, sorry, support area here, which we've broken out of, and then we've got a PSA. Now, a PSA is a price action setup, and basically a price action setup is what we're looking for is a blue candle, then a white candle which ideally respects the previous candle's high, which this one has, and then the more important one is the next candle respecting this candle's high, which it has. If we have a look, you can see we didn't break above this candle's wick, and then it breaks out the lows down here. Now obviously we're just about to do that. I think if we go to the 1 hour chart, we can see that we've got lots of movement to the downside. The daily candles just flipped bearish, and we are looking super bearish today, so this would be a nice trade to take, and I'm actually going to take it if we do get it. Okay, we had a break there. I'm going to go for a small lot size here. We're going to go stop above here to get our 1-to-1. I also just need to get my MT4 up. Trading my personal account on this trade. That actually just appeared right in front of us, which is nice. So I'm going to go for the sell. There we go. So we got our 1-to-1. That's basically what we do is we put our stop loss above the previous candle high here. Create a 1-to-1, and then we're going to go down to the lower time frame and look for the candle which has done the breaking, which is this one. Okay, so what we're going to do is probably bring our stop loss to a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio for this one. This is gold, Peter. And it's 906.55. We're going to go for the stop there. So yeah, basically what we've got, and pretty interesting stuff. We've got yesterday. Is that yesterday's? No, we got a few days ago. This is the Asia lows here. So this was a severe support, which you can see push price up massively. We then had support here, which is push price up into the Asia range. We already caught a trade on gold this morning, breaking out the Asia range. But then we had this 30-minute price action setup appear here. Okay, so the reason why we've taken the entry, we've broken this candle's high, we've respected the candle above, and we've gone in for the trade. So that is a trade on gold that I have just taken. I'm going to have my stop 50% of the way, and then we're going to look to see how the 5-minute candle plays. Hopefully we can get a bit of volume, and I'm actually going to put the stop above this candle for a very low risk trade. But we're just going to see how it goes, because we got this huge trade here. I think your 1-to-1 used to play quite well. Yes, absolutely does. 1-to-1 does play quite well, but the risk to reward is the fact that creating a higher risk to reward, and we did this in a stream the other day with the back testing of GJ. I'll actually show you the results of that. I've still got them up here. Basically, what we've got is, this is GJ. This was, I think, 21 trades. Now if we went for a 1-to-1, okay, this is the risk to reward ratios that we got, or could have got, even if it was a loss. I still wrote them in. You can see to the left here. If these were all 1-to-1, we had 8 losing trades. Okay, and say we were risking 1% on each trade. We had 8 losing trades, 2 break-even trades, and then we had 10 winning trades. Okay, so if we did 1-to-1 with 8 winning trades, 2 break-even, and 10 winning trades, we would have got 2% gain on the account. But because we had our risk to reward and the risk strategy that I use now, which I created for the strategy, we actually gained 31.8%, which is 23.58% on the account over these trades. So instead of 2%, we gained 23.5%, which obviously took away that 8% loss, and that's just in 1 month on GJ, on 21 trades. So that's why the 1-to-1 is good, but if we can get the higher risk to reward, you know, you can lose more trades technically, but then when you get, you know, we got a 5.63 potential here, we had a 5.5 here, a 5 here, another 5 here, 3. So we got an average of about 2.5 to 4 risk to reward, and it makes all the difference, man. Yeah, exactly, Tanj. That's it. So this is a back testing stream we did. You can go back and watch it. It's the last stream on the channel, and you can yeah, you can watch the whole thing. We basically went through the whole just GJ, just looking for breakout, fake out, and then the PR setup. It actually is the PA setup now. And yeah, so we lost 8, gained 10, but because of the risk to reward, risking 1% per trade, yeah, 23%. So if you had a 100k account, that's a $23,580 gain, which would pass your funding challenge. Okay, so gold is messing around. So we're just gonna let this one go. I'm only risking 0.5% on this one. Go to oil. Okay, hey bro, I've been watching your vids a lot lately, but it's my first time actually catching a stream. Amazing, thank you. I'm glad you've been enjoying the videos. Appreciate the support. I see we're up to 15 viewers right now. Welcome to the stream, everyone. If you haven't already, go check out the Discord. There's only 10 spaces left to get into the Discord for free today. So if you haven't joined the Discord yet, go and join it, because after that it's going to be a monthly subscription. A lot of the guys are already in the chat here in the Discord already, so hopefully see some of you guys over there, because once it's done, that's it. Okay, so price action wise, we've got a potential for another PA setup. If this next candle can respect, basically what I can do now is bring my stop down, because if we do break above that high, then it's likely we're going to get stopped out anyway, so I'm actually going to do that. Okay, because what we could get is a similar setup where if we can, this candle can respect this candle's high and then break out of here, we're looking good. So strategy is a breakout, fake out strategy with also another price action setup. Now the breakout, fake out strategy has always been used for supply and demand, but it's a strategy that I use which is for specific time frames for specific levels. And there I am currently making a video on it. But it's taken a lot longer because I want it to be quite in depth. It's a strategy that I've created using, as I say, fake out, breakout, and then different variations of the trading I've learned over the years. So yeah, so hopefully we can get a breakdown here. I'm going to put an alert here, and then we will go and have a look at some other stuff going on. Right. Okay. What have we got going on today? Great example yesterday. This was caught by Gory from the chat. Okay, we had a PA setup. This is a price action setup. Okay, this is a perfect example of one. We didn't break out of any of the highs, but we did have all this clean traffic down below. You can clearly see that price was stalling at this point. Showed low volume. So then we had a big price action bullish, bearish candle down. We then had this indecision candle, which tried to close bullish. Well, it did close bullish. But then the next candle respected the candle's high, didn't want to break above it, and then we broke out the lows, and that's our entry for a continuation trade to the downside. A 30-minute candle didn't respect the bullish one's high, though. Where are we looking at, Mark? If you're looking at gold, it did on 8 cap, it did. You can see we did actually respect the high. So we had obviously got lots of bearish momentum. We then closed bullish, which then this one couldn't break this candle's high. We also broke out of this low and this low, and then this one has didn't break above. Okay, now on your broker it might be slightly different. Previous candle, I don't know. Yeah, so it depends on your broker and it depends on the spread. Sometimes, like for example, the other day there was a trade that I think Gory found, and his chart showed that there was a wick. My chart showed that it was closing. So it depends on the chart. But 8 cap has got great liquidity, and you know, that's a chart that I always trade, and I really like it. Okay, so oil, yes. Who said oil? Well done, Biggest. Okay, oil's looking good. The only thing I'm concerned about with oil is we got this huge support zone here. Okay, so in this situation I'd like to see price breaking close out of the bottom of this support, because this is stronger support than the Asia lows. Okay, so if we can break below 67420 A for the memes. Yeah, then we can look for a trade there. So we're up to 7 likes, guys. If we can get ourselves up to 10 likes, that'd be sick. What time is it for any of you guys? Whereabouts are you in the world? I know where some of you are, but what time is it for you guys? I know that some people were in the chat the other day. It was like 3 AM for them, so it's crazy. So yeah, with oil, if we do get a closure out of here, that's fine, but I'd like to see a closure below. You can see that this is obviously a severe support, okay? So I'd rather price push out of here. Nice example of a PA setup here. What's gold up to? Ooh, gold's pushing up. Might take a loser on gold here, let's see. UK 9 AM. Yep, I'm in middle of London, Diego. So nice to have you here from the UK too. Nepal 2 PM. It's 3 PM for me. Okay. Yes, Fred. What's going on? Appreciate you being here, dude. It's great to see like familiar names, guys. It's awesome. So gold is giving us a bit of trouble here. We're not really showing too much pressure to the downside at the moment. If we do get stopped out, it is what it is. I don't know if any of you guys took this trade, but for me, played to my rules, so I'm going to take it. Malaysia 420 here. Hey, Ghana 830. Sick, guys. What's going on, Victor? Appreciate you being here. Ooh, getting perilously close to a stop out on gold there. Just having a look around. GUs looking for breakout. Kenya 1121. That's interesting where sometimes it goes to like, oh, I guess it is 20 past, isn't it? I was thinking it was 9. That's sick, man. People from all around the world. I love it. Bringing us everyone together. Trade and bringing the world together. I like that. That's awesome. And the beauty of it is that you can do it anywhere in the world, right? That's half the reason why I started. A friend of mine 8 years ago was like, oh, you know, started trading. I was like, okay, cool. Like, I didn't know it was so accessible to you. And then, I do have Discord, man. I certainly do have Discord. And if you join it right now, you're going to be in the last 10 places for it to be free. Because once the 25 from yesterday's video gone, it's then going to be a monthly subscription. So here is the link. If you join now, you're going to get lifetime access. Okay, and that goes for everyone. I need to just count, see how many are left. My phone's dead. That's always good when you're in a trade. Be right back. Right, hello, I'm back. Let's let that go. Gold, have you been stopped out by gold yet? I don't know because my phone's dead. But that's okay. If we do get stopped out by gold, it's fine. We're going to find something else. Do you think there will be retracement after 908? So basically, I am the first. No, so we've already had lots of people. Okay, we got about 70 people in the chat so far. I think out of the 25 free spaces, there's been now 14 taken. So you're in there. You're in there. Okay, and it's literally as soon as that goes, I'm gonna be clicking the thing, and you're gonna have to pay to get in, because over there we've got lots of good value content. You know, I'm going to be posting trades when I'm not streaming. We're also going to have private live streams over there. and all the content as well. So I'm gonna, I answer all your questions as well as I can. Obviously, as it gets busier, I'm just gonna do my best. So, but yes, you are in. If you go click that link right now, you're gonna be in. Oh, we've already had loads of people join. Okay, I need to count it up. We might be nearly there, guys. And obviously, the only thing I ask in return is if you spread the word, that would be amazing. So I'm just going to count this up right now before we look at anything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh. 5 spots left. 5 spots left. Do 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 do. What's going on? Sorry guys, missing the chat here. Do you trade CAD Shift any chance? Took a buy earlier this morning. I do look at it from time to time, but this is my watch list here that I look at the most. Sometimes I do go to the other pairs and may take a trade. Took a trade on Aussie Swiss franc the other day, which went out really nice. I'll have a look at that in a second. I was joining Discord and didn't get your response if there's going to be a retracement. Okay, sorry, let's have a look. Retracement. So there could be potential for another entry here. If I didn't get stopped out, that is. I think that we're going to continue to the downside today on gold. Gold is looking very bearish. Yeah, we did get stopped out there, but that's okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this opportunity given here and make it wisely. Thank you. You're very welcome, Trader X. Thank you for joining the community. Thank you for being here. Eager Pie, thank you for joining. Haven't seen you here before. Can you please demonstrate how fib retracement works? I can indeed. It's not something that we trade very often. We trade the fake out breakout strategy, which I've created. Obviously, fake out and breakout strategy has been around for a while, but I have a specific set of rules which we're trading at the moment. So basically, a Fibonacci retracement, I can go that for you real quick. This is the tool. Okay, mine will look different to yours if you haven't changed it. Let me just go back to this real quick. Let me find a good example. So basically a Fibonacci retracement, let's have a look at this one, right? Draw from down here to up here. You can see that I've got 2 lines, okay? This is actually a really good example. So I've got 2 lines here, yeah? I've got the 50% and I've got the 0.618. And that actually resides on a high volume zone. If I draw in my volume indicator here, you can see this is going to be the highest volume cluster. And you can see that we had a reaction from there. So Fibonacci is just a tool which allows you to find zones which are important. Now for me, the 0.5 and the 0.618 are the most important. I used to trade it back in the day and used to have 0.7 on here as well and 0.8. But this is a great example. You go from the low to the very high of a move, which I've done here. So the low is here, the high is here before a retracement. And then the retracement came back down below the 50%, touched into 0.18, and this is a high volume cluster here, which shows if there's high volume, there's a lot of orders, right? So there's a lot of buying orders in this area. It's because price moved up from here. So when price comes back into this high volume zone, the banks and the traders that put their buying orders there are going to want to protect those orders and potentially buy from this discounted range again to get a better deal. So they bought here, made some money, prices then pulled back, maybe they sold off, pulled back to this discounted zone, and then they brought again, and as you can see, prices rocketed up in the London session. So that's a good example of Fibonacci retracement there. Hopefully that helps. It's not something I do very often, but yeah, certainly something that I've done before. Can you please demonstrate? Yeah. What funded account would you recommend money-wise? because my budget is small. So if you want to try something, then try the My Forex Funds $5,000 challenge. It's very small, it's very accessible, it has good goals, and there is, obviously you may have seen the channel and seen the series on the channel recently. Yeah, I think it's $49 to try it, and you know, potentially, you know, if you pass it, it's a great deal. Okay, there is a link in the description of the stream, so if you go check that out, you can click there and have a look. But that's probably the lowest entry point you can get for a challenge account. It's the My Forex Funds $5,000. Do you have a full video on the strategy? Currently working on that at the moment, DC. It will be out very soon, and what I'm going to do is link it into the Discord first before I put it live on YouTube, so you guys can watch it first, because obviously you're part of the community, and then I'll make it live on YouTube for the public, so you guys will get first access to that, because it is a special video. It's a very valuable video, because as some of you guys who have been here before can see that this strategy is simple, but it works. Okay. So gold actually stopped me out, which is a shame, but I'm confident that we're going to get... Okay, I'm going to go in again on gold. Okay, reason for it is because the 1 hour has given me a PSA setup, a price action setup, where we've had a push down, indecision candle closing bullish. This candle's respected the high. It's the same set as on the 30. Okay, and then so I actually got right back in on my original entry, and then we've pushed up. So what I'm going to do now is go down to lower time frames. I'm going to keep my stop above here, but I'm going to just change things, because I'm going to have that up there, and then my first TP is going to be down here, and then I'm going to keep my stop above this high for the moment. I think it's not going to be the best risk to reward, but I'm happy with the way that gold is looking today. We are definitely looking bearish, continuing to the downside. So yeah, I'm taking this trade. Slightly higher risk trade, but I'm only going to risk 1%. Sorry, 0.5% on this trade. Just sort out my thing. Okay, we just had an alert on oil as well. So oil is probably breaking out of that heavy support zone, which is good. So we're going to go look at that now. Yep. Okay. So we're just breaking out. There's no trade yet. We've got to wait to see if a closure goes out of the bottom of this line here. So we've still got about 30 minutes until that closure. So we can't really do anything for 30 minutes. We just have to wait to see what happens. Okay, obviously if we get a nice push down and a closure down here, then we can look for our entry after that. I can see we're up to 8 likes, guys. Can we get to 10? Can we do it? Let's see. Can you provide your... Yeah, sure. We can go to US 30. Let's just clean this up for a sec. So US 30 is showing potential for continuation to the upside today for sure. Which broker are you using? I'll answer that in a second, Peter. So we've had a breakout here. Let's go to the higher time frames. Obviously we're looking very bullish right now. You can see we've had big bullish movement here, and currently, although we had to try and pull back, the bears just can't hold, and we've actually broken above this high on the 4 hour. So I'd say today that we're going to continue to the upside on US 30, potentially. Obviously everything is potential with trading, it's all relative, but just from what I can see here, there could be a potential entry if we break above this high, okay, above this resistance here, to continue to the upside. If we do break out of this low, then it's likely we're going to come down and fill this big move down here to this supply zone, sorry, to this demand zone down here. So if we come down, break below this low, then we could look for price to come down to this demand zone, which has broken lots of structure to the left. Or if we break out of this white line and close, and we could look for price then to continue to the upside, fill this fair value gap on the left, and then come up to these equal highs over here, which has got lots of liquidity above. Okay, so yeah, break above here, look like we could potentially move to the upside. Break below here, we could move to the downside. Which broker do I use? I use 8cap for my private account, which is what I trade the most, and then my Forex funds for any challenges there. I will be doing a $50,000 account for the next series, and then also, if you haven't seen the other videos, I'm going to do a fun little video series, excuse me, where I'm going to put $100 into an 8cap account, and we're going to try and grow that $100 as much as we can for a video series. So I'll just film every trade on that and see what we can get that to. Can you please explain the fair value gap? Yeah, so fair value gap is pretty simple. Okay. Oh my god, that alert was so loud. Sorry if it was loud for you guys. Okay, so gold is now pushing into profit, which is nice. Okay, so we're going to let that move a little bit. I'm going to put another alert down here. Few alerts so I know what's going on. Definitely bearish on gold today, so hopefully we can make back that loss and more that we took. Obviously we already had a great winner on gold, so I gained 3% here, lost 0.5% a minute ago, so still up 2.5% on gold. If we gain this, then it's going to be about another maybe nearly 1% added, because we're only risking 0.5% here, so that'll be nice. So yeah, sorry, fair value gap. Fair value gap is pretty simple. Okay, it's just where we've got just clean price action to one direction. Okay, so this is a fair value gap right here. So from the bottom of this candle to the top of this candle is a fair value gap. Okay, on the 30-minute. So you can see there's nothing either side of the candle, so that's a fair value gap. If there's something on the back side but not on the front side, so let me see if I can find an example of that. Like here, okay, so you can see, you know, there's nothing from here to here, but there's a wick behind, and that covers down to this wick here. So basically that's not a fair value gap. A fair value gap is when there's only one direction of orders. Okay, so here is a fair value gap because we have from this point down to here, this whole thing here is a fair value gap. And what that will usually mean, or some people call it imbalance as well. What usually happens is gaps like to get filled because they like to don't want imbalance in the market. Okay, they want to fill the order book so we can have, we've got 10 likes, guys, thank you very much. So you can have downward pressure, okay, and they want to fill those selling orders with some buying orders and then come down. So you'll find that overall, if there's a fair value gap, at some point it's going to get filled. Okay, and this is a great example. Actually, no, not too good example because there's still a little one here. But basically, they're going to come and fill those gaps at some point. So obviously, in this move, there was a little one here. Eventually, they came down and filled it, and so on. Oil was looking good. If we can get 23 minutes, if we can get a closure, maybe even a 15-minute entry on oil could be a thing. Because we are breaking out of some severe daily resistance here as well, okay? And then we've got potential range here down to this closure here, and then even wick fills. So that's interesting. But we have to just be patient on that. Nothing for me to trade there yet. But yeah, hopefully that's like pretty simple. Good example here. Okay, we've got a fair value gap here. Okay, another little one here. And yeah, they're very important to price action. Okay, now another strategy that I do trade. I don't trade so much anymore because I find that actually this strategy which I've created is far more profitable and it hits a lot more. But fair value gaps in supply and demand works very well as well, and there is a video on the channel, so if you want to go check that out, it's called my supply and demand strategy. I think you have to search down a little bit, but it's a good video to watch, and that's another strategy I use. How is the spread on my Forex funds? It's not too bad. Some pairs is a little higher, so if I go onto one of the accounts now, I'll tell you. See, gold is still in profit, which is nice. Let me just change this over to, so for example right now, let me go to the other one where I've actually got everything written in. So for example right now, what have we got? So GBP USD is 10 to 12, Euro USD is 5 to 4, Euro GBP is 7, 8, 9. Then we've got GJ. I know is quite high. I seem to remember. GJ is around 10 to 15. So they're not too bad. They're not too bad. For super like 1 minute chart scalping, it's not so good. And if you go back to one of the videos, we had a scalp on one of the trades with a unconventional strategy I sometimes use, and we got stopped out by the spreads basically. So it's not too bad for this strategy. For the 30-minute charts, it's all good, and for supply and demand as well. But they're not too bad. You're not really going to get down to like sort of 2 or 3, but yeah, you're looking at like 5 and above for most pairs. Okay, missed an entry here on Euro GBP, which is a shame. Just gonna have a quick skip around because I haven't really looked at the charts for a bit. Put an alert here. How's US 30 doing? US 30 is faked out of the Asia highs and could potentially look for price to continue to the downside now if we close back in this zone. Still got 19 minutes on this 30-minute candle though. Oil's still pushing down, gold's pushing down. What's GJ up to? GJ is breaking out the lows. Okay, so GJ could potentially give us a trade. This is a good example. Yesterday I put it in the Discord last night. Unfortunately I didn't take the trade because I missed it, but we got a price action 4-hour setup here. We got that bullish candle. We got the bearish candle, which actually closed above the Asia highs here, which you can see here on this white line. This next candle then respected that low, and we pushed up, breaking out the highs. That would have been our entry. Then going down to the lower time frame, we would have found the candle which did the break, which is this one here. Stop went below there. That would have been a 60 pip gain, 2.6 risk to reward, but unfortunately didn't take it. But look at that. Look at that accuracy. It's lovely. But yeah, I did post that in the Discord yesterday. So if you scroll up, you can see that we actually posted it when it just happened. We just missed the entry, and then it did continue to the upside. But GJ has given us a potential for a breakout of the lows here. So you can see that we just was tapped into the highs. We're now coming out the lows. Again, we're going to have to wait for another 18 minutes or so before we can potentially get an entry on there. Do you trade NASDAQ and NAS 100? Yes, they're basically the same thing. But yeah, I do trade it from time to time. I don't trade it so much on the breakout, fake out. Yo, Prem, what's going on? Thank you for joining the stream, man. See, we're up to 19 viewers. I haven't had 20 viewers in a stream yet. So I appreciate the hearts, whoever did that. I haven't seen that before. That's sick. We've had 19 viewers before. We've never had 20. So if we can get to 20 today, that would be our record stream, which would be sick. But what was I going to say? Yeah, we could potentially get a breakout here. For some reason on the NAS and the S&P 500, my Asia range goes in a weird place. It starts at 5 AM and will continue now until like midday. But if I was to go back, where's the turn? So this is the Asia lows here. Okay, ignore this here. This is the Asia lows. Actually, NAS would be quite a nice trade today because we got all this clean traffic and those fair value gaps that like to get filled. So if we can keep an eye on NAS, maybe we'll get a NAS trade today. Good afternoon from India. Good afternoon. Good morning from London. Yes, we're at 20 views. Record stream. Thank you for joining, guys. If you haven't already, hit the link in description because there's only 5 spaces left to get into our Discord for free. Actually, no, there's only 3 spaces left. There's only 3 spaces left to get into the Discord for free. Once those spaces have gone, it is then a paid monthly service. You guys are going to get a load of content over there. I post my trades over there regularly if I'm not live streaming, and we're going to have, yeah, just a bunch of stuff. So keep an eye out. I'm going to have to keep checking that. Okay, so what we got going, we're still in this gold trade, which is pushing into profit quite nicely. Okay, we're going to look for that to continue to the downside today. I had a beautiful trade on gold. In fact, for those who are new, I'll explain why we took this trade earlier this morning. So basically, my strategy works on the Asia highs and lows. Okay, So this thing here shows me where the Asia range is. Okay, and it starts at 10 p.m. in the UK and finishes at 6:30 a.m. in the UK. I then mark out the highs and the lows from the closures of the candles. So we got the high here and we got the low just here. We then had a bearish move to the downside. We closed outside the lows. Now what we try and do here is take opportunity of the London volume. Okay, so once London opens at 7 a.m. there's usually quite a lot of volume. So we're either going to look for a breakout or a fake out of the Asia highs or lows, right? Pretty simple stuff. It's going to happen at some point, so we're just going to be patient and wait to see if that happens. We got that with this trade here. Okay, we had that closure. Once we got a closure, we then wait to see what the next candle does. Now, if the next candle closed back inside the zone here, that would be a fake out, and I'd look for price to continue up and maybe fill the zone and maybe even break out the highs. But in this situation, we actually pushed up, broke out the lows, so we entered the trade to catch some volume to the downside, which we got. As you can see, we just flew down, and that was a really nice 312 pips this morning on gold. A quick little other thing which gave me confidence in the trade was that if I went to the daily chart, you can see that we had a daily push up, and then on this white line, which is where we broke out, the candle actually then flipped bearish, which shows bearish move. So I was very happy to take that trade, and I'm bearish on gold today, so that's why I've taken a second trade down here for a continuation out of this resistance here. So simple stuff really. Oil is running. Let's have a look at oil. Yes, oil is running, so we have broken out of that heavy support there. We've got 14 minutes of this candle to close. We just had a new 15-minute candle open, so we could potentially take a 15-minute entry. But we'll just be patient on that one. I don't mind 15-minute entries, but I prefer 30 minutes or higher time frame because they have more volume, they have more punch. Okay, we're up to 21 viewers. Thank you, 13 likes. Everyone here, welcome to the stream. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button and the like button on the stream. And there's only 2 spaces left to get into our Discord for free right now. There's only 2 spaces left. This is insane. So if if you get in, then you're in. Lifetime access. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. That's a video from yesterday. 15 likes, thank you guys. Getting FOMO on Nas. Hold on a sec, I just need to. Nas looking nice. How many pairs do you trade a day? How many pairs do I trade in total? I trade all of these to the left here, to the right here. But oh, okay. Oh no, that's a 15-minute entry on Nas. I'm gonna wait for the 30-minute entry on Nas. Okay. Don't get FOMO. FOMO will make you lose. Don't get FOMO. Just stay patient, stay calm. Patience is the game. If you haven't already, go check out our store where you can get some trade inspired clothing. Some of you guys have already been rocking it and it's fucking awesome. But you can see over there that we've got our Patience is the game tee and Patience is the game mouse pad, which are obviously dope. Well, at least I think they're dope. Hello to everyone. Thank you, Mark, for waving at everyone over there. I keep losing you guys. There you go. So go check out the thing. Hey Shabir, you've missed the thing. So no, everyone who's already in the Discord is going to get lifetime free access. So don't worry about that, my friend. You are in, and you're one of the originals. So don't worry. You are in, my friend. So basically, once it happens and it comes into effect, I will give everyone who's in the Discord all the right permissions, so you just stay in, and then after that, yeah, man, you've been here. Don't worry, I've got your back, dude. I appreciate you. You've been here, probably one of the first, to be honest. So you the man. You the man. Yeah. So basically, yeah, you get all the permissions. Sorry, what's this? Is there a tool where you can use like 50%, 25% for a fair value gap or order block? Don't know if I explained that well. I'm not too sure what you mean by that, Ego, to be honest. when did I start YouTube? So I actually created the YouTube in December 2021 when I was in Barbados. I decided to start in FX when I was over there, sort of planning it, and then actually started posting on YouTube in December 2022. So only been really doing the YouTube for, well, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, 7 months. Actually posting on 7 months. And I appreciate you guys coming here, man. It's been amazing. The journey is amazing. It's only going to get better. So thank you for being here and supporting. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. So gold is still just sort of mucking around, but we're still looking very bearish. I'm happy with this trade. Oil is still looking good. GJ is a potential here for a sell. But we just got to wait for this 30-minute candle to close, basically. Once we get a closure, then we can look for some trades. Hey Mike, do you count wicks as lower time? No, I only count closures. I don't count the wicks. So I got a fair value gap marked. Wanted to know if there is a tool that can retrace the 50% or 25% mark of that fair value gap. So retrace the tool. So I guess you'd use, if you wanted to look at that, you'd use the fib, but I'm not sure why you'd want to look at the trace it. Like obviously if you draw the fib in, like there's a fair value gap here, so from this low to this high there's a fair value gap, 50% right there. If obviously the 0.5 is 50%, you could put 0.25 if you wanted. That does work, but I'm not too sure why you'd need to do that. The fib on a move is important for sure. I mean, for example, oh, I just moved that around. We can draw a fib in on this move here, right? We actually got up to way above the 60, probably up to around the 7.5, and then had a reaction. But yeah, I'm not too sure about that one, Ego. This is a tune. I love this one. Right, where are we at? We're on gold. Gold is back at break even. That's alright. NAS, we're still looking for an entry on NAS actually, which will be interesting because we have broken out the lows here. Ignore this is in the wrong place because on NAS it goes to the wrong place for some reason. We've broken out the lows. If we can stay out here and our next candle breaks down, we can see that we've got some nice clean traffic down to a demand zone. So this is an area that price will may likely want to visit and fill in these fair value gaps. So let's see. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Jesus. Do you mean gold? Not too sure. Right. Yeah, so still waiting around for the next candle to be printed. So let's see. Appreciate you guys all being here, by the way. You guys are awesome. Just FYI, there is only 2 spaces left to get into Discord for free. I may even let one more go in. But basically, by the end of the stream, once the stream's finished, it's going to be a paid-for service. You have to pay a monthly fee to be in there. There is lots of content in there and loads more to come. I do post my trades. If I'm not streaming, I will post trades that I'm in. And yeah, the community over there is wicked. So I can see that we've got 2 spaces left, which is nuts. Right, so just patiently waiting. Got 6 minutes left until we can get an entry. Gold is playing a little bit, but that's okay. Because if gold on the 30-minute can close below this line here, then that's a great sign for us to potentially continue to the downside after that. It's going to take a little while. Obviously, it's a higher time frame candle, so you know, to get down here, it could be 2 or 3 hours worth of movement. It's not always going to drop immediately. Thank you for the likes, guys. We're up to 16 likes. 19 of you are here. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button. Go check out the videos on the channel. We've got loads more coming, and also check out the recent update video if you want to keep up to date with everything new that's going to be happening. Anyone in any trades at the moment? We're just patiently waiting to see what we can get from the next candles on oil, on NAS, and also on GJ and Euro USD. Actually, Euro USD could potentially break out the highs today. Diego, hey man, do you mind looking at CAD my bias casual to buy and short sell? What do you think? Yeah, sure. Let's go have a look at that while we're waiting. Okay, where is CAD? I don't think I even have CAD on my list right now for some reason. What's that about? There we go. Right, let's have a look at CAD first. What did you say, CAD? Buy. Yeah, okay, so what have you got going on? Got the lows here, got the highs here. Obviously we tried to break out the lows quite a bit recently, right? You can see there's strong resistance or support at the zone there. This candle tried to close outside. Now for me, if you wanted to get a buy, you're gonna have to close above 6738, which might be slightly different on your chart depending on what broker you're using. But right now we're definitely consolidating, as you can see. But hopefully on the 15-minute, this might be a fake out. Yeah, we had a bit of a fake out here. We've been rejected again. So if we break above 6738, then there could be a nice chance for price to continue to the upside for you. Hey AK, what's going on? Welcome to the stream, dude. Nice to see you. So yeah, that's that. And then GBNZD, you said you are on a sell, right? Where did I see that? Yeah, sell. Definitely getting some bearish price action here. I hate this tune. It always comes up. It's so boring. Sharp. Right. Yes. I mean, right now is potential for a price action setup, right? Because we had this big bearish move. We then tried to close bullish with or continue to the upside. We couldn't. And now we've just respected that high and broken out the low. So there could be a pullback, and obviously we look like we're due a bit of a pullback. But I wouldn't say. I couldn't say really what's going to happen next. Definitely bearish could be coming into play. So yeah. If anything, stop loss above 0.9818 could be favorable, but that's up to you. As I say, I can't give you financial advice here. It's just educational stuff. But yeah. Bias would probably be that we're going to probably go sideways for a bit now. Just heads up, anything Euro related has news in 5 minutes. Thank you, sir. Let's go have a look at that. So I'm going to do my best to try and keep up with chat. Obviously chat's getting pretty no, we got no red folder news for Euro today. We have got some news, obviously. We had some at 8 o'clock, and in 3 minutes for Euro, it's orange folder, so it shouldn't be too bad. It's not going to be super volatile, so that's okay. We've got Bank of England's Pill speech at 10:30 for GU. Yeah, we've got quite a bit of news coming out today, red folder for today is going to be USD, GBP. So 1:30 today is where we're going to need to be careful. I might not be streaming then, but we're going to have to be careful around that time. I'm just checking NASDAQ at the moment, waiting for that 30-minute closure. Yeah. So we must be getting nearly there now. Yeah, 2 minutes. So GJ is closing back in the zone, which might not give us a entry there. Oil is still looking favorable. Gold is still looking alright. I'm still happy with the gold trade. And then NAS is still looking alright. So we'll just have to see what happens. Yo, Slicksy, what's going on, man? Welcome to stream. Thanks for joining. Wicked, awesome. Thank you. Welcome, dude. LFG. I'm not sure what that means. Hey Mike, whenever I trade, like really weird and not well. Do I, how to stay calm and focused? I'm good, 60. Thank you. How are you, dude? You doing all right? Yeah. So should be basically just got to try and you're gonna go through all the emotions, right? I mean, when I first started, just by the way, I'm self-taught. Never had a mentor. Everything I've just learned through the grueling procedure of failing, trying again, failing, trying again. If you don't know, and you may see in the background there, I'm a skateboarder, so I've been skateboarding for 22 years. And if you want to get good at skateboarding, you got to fall over, hurt yourself. Hopefully not hurt yourself too much. Get up, try again, get up, try again. So that life lesson that skateboarding taught me, I took into trading. And yeah, you just got to keep going. Try and stay as calm as you can. Like, obviously, your emotions are going to be high if you're over risking money. Okay, even if you're trading in a small account, you just want to risk as little as possible and try and expand the upside. That's why we've got this new risk to reward in the new strategy, because it's going to help us risk little and potentially gain more. And I don't know if you're in our backtesting stream the other day, but there's a good example, and go check that out. It was the last stream on the channel. It's an example of the reason why we do that. Right, so we've got the new candles opening now. So you just want to I know it sounds stupid, but just try and stay calm. Do lots of back testing. Get confident with your with your strategy, and then everything will flow then. But you're gonna go through all the emotions, man. I've been doing this 8 years now, and I've gone through all the emotions. Nearly put my hand through my desk, but get to a point where now I can just set my trade and I'm happy with it, because I know I'm confident with what's going on. So what have we got, guys? Sorry, the chat's coming in. Is it a good time to sell gold? I am actually in a gold sell right now. But not right now, because there's not really a trade set up. I entered down here. I would hold off for a moment. Mike, do you think trading Forex needs a different side of income? Definitely, if obviously, if you're going to be trading Forex, like I have another job. I run a personal training business. That's my other income. So, but obviously in the future, the idea will be to focus solely on trading. But I always do personal training because I love staying fit. I love helping people get fit and getting people to achieve their goals. So yeah, so I guess personal training and personal trading is going to be my my direction. But yeah, definitely need to have something safe, because Forex is, as the t-shirt says, go check it out on the store, it's the hardest way to make an easy living, right? It's super hard to learn, super hard to gain the mental capacity to stay calm and figure it out. But once you do, obviously it can be an easy living, right? Because you could just come onto the charts. I could have stopped trading after this trade today, but for the sake of it, I'm going to start to trade yet. Yeah, Rad, we actually had 21 people in earlier, which is amazing. Appreciate you noticing that, man. That's awesome. Yeah, so I was gonna say, yeah, definitely need something to keep you going until you feel that you can trade full time. I back tested the strat on ZAR. It looks good. Okay, interesting. I've never traded that pair ever, but if it works, dude, it will work on every pair, because at the end of the day, it's price action, right? We're not doing anything different other than we're just reading what price does. Okay, it was a beautiful trade we had on gold yesterday. We have this zone, which is the highs and lows. Price at some point is going to break out of them or fake out of them. That's it, right? It's simple. Supply and demand setups are like a secondary price action, right? Because you're finding zones and then waiting for price to react from that zone, but that zone might not hold because of different reasons. But if price is trapped in between a range, it's always going to break out of that range at some point. You just got to be ready to catch it, right? I'm not actually looking at the charts. We should be looking here, because might be missing opportunities. We actually just got an opportunity. We did get an opportunity on GJ here. We got a breakout. I'm just going to stay calm for a moment, because I'm a little bit hyped up because I've been chatting to you guys. I don't want to jump into anything too quick. Gold is not giving us the best view right now, but I think we can still continue to the downside there. Oil, meh, looking alright. I think probably our most favorable pair right now to look at is going to be NAS and GJ. GJ has actually given us an entry because we had a breakout of the lows there. I'm going to go for the trade on GJ. Just going to look at the daily. Daily respected the highs. I haven't entered anything yet. What's the 1 hour saying? 1 hour also has given us a breakout. Get rid of this. The only issue I'm stalling on is because we got this resistance here. Okay, so price is obviously breaking on this resistance here. So I think on GJ probably gonna have to wait for price to break out of this resistance as well, because this is gonna create some support, which you can see it's doing. So I'm not gonna actually take anything on GJ yet. You can see we're getting a rejection away. What price might do is push up and then flip out. If we do break out the low after creating a top wick, then maybe that will be the thing to do. But I'm just going to hold off for a second there. $19 likes. Hey, can we get to 20? That'll be sick. I appreciate all you guys being here, by the way. This is super awesome. Thank you very much. Need to go check the Discord. Still 2 paces left. You enter? No, I'm not entering GJ yet, dude. Because I'll just get rid of this because this was yesterday. Hey, 22 viewers. What's happening, guys? Thank you so much for joining. Really, this is a record stream for us, so I really appreciate you. Now, the reason why is because we got this resistance here. Okay, you can see we had resistance, which created a push down. We've broken out, but it's holding us up at the moment. So, ideally, what I'd like to see is if we break out below here, we've got a fairly clean range down to this support here. So, that's the game plan on GJ. Obviously, if this candle then breaks back into the zone here, then we could look for a fake out opportunity. But support on resistance. So you can see here, this is, I'm not sure if what you mean by that question, but we've got obviously a resistance here. Okay, we stopped and then price changed direction. We have got the Asia lows here, and we've broken out, but we have this major resistance here to the left, which is acting as support right now. So although we got a break of the candle low, which was our entry, I'm going to hold off because of that resistance. If we can break below the resistance and break through what is now supporting, then we can look for a sell to the downside. Gold is still just mucking around. So the next opportunity would be NAS. Volume's looking pretty whack. I think usually because we've got some major news coming out at 1:30 today on USD, especially as it's Powell's speech. It's actually 2:30, is it? 2:30. And then we've also got news on Euro and GBP. Volume's a little bit low. AK, hey Mike, how about an Infix community competition? Would be a great way to get some engagement. Excited for the 5k vid? Yeah, another 5k vid should be out today. So keep an eye out for that. Hey Mike, yeah, okay, that could be interesting. I could definitely look into that. That would be pretty fun. Do I like trading news? I don't trade news, no. I don't trade news. Because it's a little bit volatile. It's too volatile for me. I'm not a fundamental trader, but technical analysis trader, so my information comes from the charts. It doesn't come from what's happening. Really, I will obviously pay attention to it, but I don't trade it. And like yesterday, we actually had a trade. I'll give you an example of trade yesterday which actually did work in our favor in the end, and we should look at this damn thing, man. It was a shame, but basically we had a perfect setup here. Alright, we had a nice clean range up to this resistance here, but this is the Asia highs. We had a nice breakout of the Asia highs. We then had price come in, we got our entry, but I actually closed at break even because we had news coming out at 9. The thing is with that is it could obviously go in your favor, which it clearly did. Okay, because it was a speech, it didn't actually give me any data on what was going on. I didn't watch the speech, so I actually, and someone else also closed the trade. I think it was Gory closed the trade for break even because I didn't want to risk losing, even if it was just 1% for the sake of it because of news. So although it went in our favor and it would have been a beautiful trade, yeah, just gotta be careful. GJ dropping a little. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, dropping a little. Just not a lot of volume at the moment on this candle, on any of the pairs, to be honest. Gold is also pushing up. Oil is meh as well. And we haven't got our price action set up because we haven't respected the high of this 15 here. So that's a shame. So everything's just a bit meh at the moment, guys. Sorry. Gold is also looking meh. That's alright. We could get reaction off this supply zone here. 1 minute supply zone maybe. But everything's just, I think everything's waiting for news later on today. So although we've had the London volume come in, now that we're getting a little bit closer to yeah, it's a bit whack. I do like trading news. I usually use put a sell stop and buy a sell stop a bit above the market and below the market. Take profit like 10 pips up and down. Hasn't failed me yet. Okay, yeah, nicely done, man. Yeah, you could do that. It's a good way to do it. Bit of like a hedging sort of thing, potentially. Just as sometimes if you got that high volume news, the spreads go nuts and then like everything just gets taken out all at once. For me anyway. So I just don't trade news. Don't need to. Plenty of opportunities without it. But not so many opportunities right this moment, to be honest. Okay, GJ. I like GJ better now because we've created a top wick and we've just retested this support. But again, that resistance is still playing hardball with us. You guys want to see anything? Like we could go maybe do some back testing. I'm sure you guys will. If I go do that, you will keep me up to date with these pairs. To wait and see. Gold is just not doing us any favors right now. I put in the trade like 5-10 minutes before news, and my broker spreads are not bad. Okay, that's good. Yeah, 8 cap sometimes goes a bit crazy on the high impact news. Okay, so for oil, what we could be looking at here is we've broken out of this major support. Okay, now if this candle then closes below the zone bullish, we've still got 17 minutes on this, then we could look for price to continue to the downside. So we'll just keep an eye on that. I'm probably not going to get another setup now until 10:30 on any of these pairs. Oh, GJ though. Taking GJ now. I'm going to take that. That move is very nice. Where is GJ? Why can't I find it on my thing? Come on. Okay. 1-to-1. The reason why I like it now is because we've retested this area. We didn't want to break back in the zone. Okay, so we're going to go down to the lower time frame, and I'm going to put my stop just above this little candle here. Okay, that's going to give us a 1-to-2 risk to reward. And that is at 83179. Full TP is down at 82 points. We'll go 700 just to make it a round number. Okay, so we're going to take that trade because we've broken out of the range. Obviously, we didn't want to come up here. I feel that we're going to want to come down to this point. This resistance did give us some resistance for a little bit, but then we had a retest here, which is a nice thing to see. We've broken out the lows again, and I think that we can now break through this. It is a minor support at the end of the day. Oh, sorry, minor resistance. So I'm happy for this trade. There we go. Okay, so we're in on GJ. And we're also in on gold. Gold is probably going to stop us out, but whatever. Probably going to get a 1 hour fake out. If we get the 1 hour fake out, we could potentially look for a trade to the upside. But again, we're only going to lose 0.5% on this one. We gained 3% on this trade because I over risked on it because it looked really nice. So it's not a big deal. Hold on a second, guys. Let me just coming back to some higher time frame S&D. Yeah, we can potentially look at that in a minute. Shabir, my GGNZ is going well. Thanks, man. You're welcome. I'll go look at that in a second. Can you analyze USDG? Missed entry on GJ. GJ is still available for entry on the 1 hour and the 30-minute. Okay, the 1 hour we got that breakout pushing down. So GJ is still available. So you could just take this right now if you did want to. It's up to you. Again, got to say, don't take responsibility for any losses. This is me trading. It's totally on your responsibility if you want to take these trades. That's all on down to you. Okay, so I just got stopped out on gold. Boo-hoo, whatever. So let's go look at that NZD. There you go, look at that. That is nice. Yeah, doing good. So we did have that price action looking set up. Okay, prices pushed down. Now if I was going to be trading this and I did take the entry, it would look something like this. Okay, and then we go for our 1-to-1 to find our first TP. Then we go down to the 5, find the candle that did the break, which is this one here. So that's what my trade would be looking like right now if I did take it. I probably would take the profit at the moment. There is some resistance, but I didn't take the trade, so I can't really comment on that one. Now it's also looking nice. Sorry, Prem, let's look at something for Prem. We haven't done something for him yet. Okay. So, what we got? Got a fake out on the 2 hours. Still got a big old 2 hour candle left. Still got an hour and 42 minutes. Just have to wait to see what happens here. I couldn't really say up or down at the moment. We have to wait to see if this candle closes back in the zone. It is quite a mess here. But if it did close back in the zone, it could be a pretty nasty fake out. And then price could potentially come down to fill the range and even break out the low. Let me just look at the higher times. Or if this respects this candle's low, flips bullish and breaks out the high, then we could look for continuation to the upside. The Jaffy pairs have been insanely bullish the last few weeks, so that could be an indicator, but I can't say too much on that one at the moment. Not enough information for me to say. Nas is looking nice. Nas is looking okay. It's just this candle's not giving much volume to downside. I'd want something that looks a bit like this, really. But there we go. Let's go check the Discord. Still two free spaces left. They're up for grabs. Oh, that's a stalling. Okay guys, so just a quick recap. We're currently in this GJ trade. I'll run through the reason why in a second. We just got stopped out on this gold trade, which is a shame. We had a nice trade earlier today on it though, so not too bad. I only risked 0.5% on this trade because it wasn't the cleanest setup. We already had another 0.5% loss before this one, but we gained 3% here, so we're up 2% on gold, loss of 1% there. GJ, the reason why we've taken this trade is on a 30-minute chart. Okay, and yeah, that's one thing, Slicksy, is that you got to be pretty quick on it, or after a while just like get your eye in, right? So the reason why we take this GJ trade, sorry, is because we had our Asia lows here. We had a nice clean breakout of that. Price did try to come up to the top here. We got rejected off of this move here. We then held off on the entry for a minute because we had this resistance to the left, which created support, which actually pushed us up, creating a top wick, which then retested the support of the Asia lows. And then when I saw that volume was coming into the downside, that was a good sign for me to take the trade, which we have done, and we're pushing into a little bit of profit. We're looking for price to come down to 18270. By the way, this is one of the products on the store, the link I just put there. This is the Traders Club hat, and we've got a couple of different colors in this. We've also got the trader hat, and each month there's going to be one new piece. Everything's designed by me, including the website. So if you just want to go check out the website, the link is just there in the chat. There's some information about what we do over there. You can also book a one-to-one session with me, which is an hour-and-a-half session where we literally go into a private Discord call, and literally I'll give you as much information as I can, answer all of your questions. I got a whole session planned out, and also I will tailor it to your trading experience and all of that. So go check that out if you would like to. Yeah, so Slicksy, you have to just work out your lot sizes. It does slow things down a bit, but once you get into sort of like a rhythm of it, you can do it pretty quickly. But you do have to kind of like be a bit quick with it. But of course, what you could do is remember, yeah, you got an entry, so that's cool. But the thing is, you got to you could always pre-plan it, okay? So if you get, say if you've got this candle and you're waiting for the break, you could look, you're one-to-one from this candle, pre-plan the trade. Okay, I'm looking for a breakout here. You could draw it in, you can see what your one-to-one is, and then you could go down to lower time frames and then potentially look for what candle sizes you're going to risk. So say if you want to gain 3% here, you can kind of work it out, and then you could quickly have less to do when the trade comes, if that makes sense. Hey bro, discovered your channel recently and really enjoyed the content, especially the 5K challenge. Appreciate that, Skills. Thank you for joining. Appreciate the kind words there. I'm glad you're enjoying the channel. Got yeah, lots to come on the My Forex Funds challenge there. It's going to slow down a little bit because I'm going to start another YouTube series 2. I just want to get a bit of varied content out as well. But we're also going to, from the 5K, the next one will be the 50K. Because the 50K for me would be very good if I can pass that, to have that as well as my private capital to trade. The 5K is great, but it's quite a small amount. It's not a bad amount to do, and I'd say if you're going to do a challenge, get on that 5K because it's awesome. But I really want that 50 to 100K account, so that's going to be next. Do you trade US30? Currently long on US30. Gold shorts didn't play out. Yeah, I do trade US30 from time to time. It's something I don't trade a whole lot, but we're going to try again. Sorry, it's not trade a whole lot, but I do trade from time to time. But currently nothing for me to trade on here today. Price action's a little bit dead. We have got some high impact news coming out for the dollar at 130. Powell's doing a speech, so usually on those days we find that everything's quite low volume because they're just waiting for that news. All the traders are going to wait for that in the States, and obviously US30 is highly traded in the New York session, not so much in the London session. It is traded in London session, but obviously the volume's not as high. Hey man, me again. Don't worry, man. Good to see you again. Just marked out your USD with my POI for buy. What's your views? Okay, let's have a look. POI, you looking for what time frame? And again, so your prices might be a bit different to mine if you're depending on what broker you're using. What website do you use for news? Because I use FX Calendar, but I see sometimes it doesn't show everything. I use FX Street, the economic calendar. So FX Street, I put the link in the chat there. There you go. I find it's pretty good. It's always up to date. I don't know if this is the one you mean, but it's pretty good. I also I don't know, I never turned this on. I think it just was a feature, but I don't know at the bottom of your charts if you have this, but it shows me that, you know, we've got the power speech at 230, which is pretty cool. I found that supply and demand works so good on US30. Yes, US30 does work good with supply and demand. Absolutely. Hey mate, there might be a reversal on GJ. It's approaching higher time frame demand. Yeah, okay, so it is certainly, but we'd have to, if we're going to do that, we're going to look at demand, right? We're going to go down to lower time frames as we do, and then we're going to look for the most extreme fair value gap, which is this one here. Okay, we've got no fair value gaps here because we've got wicks all behind. This is the most extreme fair value gap. If we go to our trade, we'll be looking to fill the gap. So that's perfect for me. You know, price is getting drawn down there now. This is a really nice trade so far. This is obviously a demand zone, which you can see, which has broken out. So we could look for a reversal, but as our supply and demand strategy states, right, we're going to go down to the lower time frames, find that extreme fair value gap, and then not enter a supply and demand trade until those gaps have been filled, because then everything's done in the zone, right? So that's a good confluence for us. Thanks, man. 5-minute time frame, Diego. Okay, that's on Euro USD, right? And is it a sorry, are you looking at POI demand zone, or are you looking at this one here? I guess actually, you looking at this one, or you, yeah, 430. Yeah, so you're probably looking at this one, right? Yeah, it certainly could be a one, because we have had a nice amount of buying pressure to the upside. I would actually say that your better option would have been this one here on the 5-minute, okay, which is within the Asia range. You can see that we had a nice reaction off of there. Let's go to the 1-minute, see if what the fair value gaps did. There's a fair value gap there, which is the only one in the zone. You can see that, look, took out that fair value gap perfectly. Look at that. Boom, took out the fair value gap, and then you had your entry down here, pushing just the downside. So that would have been really nice there. That would have been a nice supply zone there. And that's basically what we're looking for GJ to do, right? We're going to come, instead of going to the supply zone, looking for price to come down to the demand zone, and then take out our fair value gap down here, which is in this 5-minute demand zone right here. Okay. Hit my first TP, close full on GJ. Nice, man. Take that money, man. I'm gonna let this one run a bit. We just had a price action entry here on the 5-minute lit. So we had that bearish candle, the nice bullish candle with the top wick, which respected the high. This next candle broke out the low, respecting that high, showing bearish movement to the downside, continuation. I can still see we're only at 19 likes. I thought someone said we were at 20 likes. What happened? What happened, yo? Why take profit at 8270 for you on GJ? Wouldn't it be okay? Yeah, sure. So the reason why is because why would it be $570? Oh, wait, we're down here at this resistance. So basically, what I do is I calculate if the trade was taken on the 30-minute chart, right? So we had this 30-minute candle here, and then the 30-minute candle broke out the low. So what I do is I put my stop above the previous candle high to find my stop, and then I go for a 1-to-1, okay, which is around here, Okay, it's a little bit higher. I decided to go to 700 instead of 683. And then what I do is I go to the lower time frames. I find the candle which did the break, which is this candle here. Okay, so this 15-minute candle broke the low. I could also go to the 5-minute, which I do as well, which we did. So this candle here, and then I increase my risk to reward by doing that. So if I'm only risking 1% here, I'm actually going to gain 2.414% here. So that's how I find my TP. Okay, I'm just going to move this back to 700 because that's where our TP is. So things are looking good. Gold is now pushing down. We got stopped out there, which is a real shame. I feel like we're going to continue to the downside here now. There is a 2-hour entry, but yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with gold now. I might just leave it. We shall see. In fact, this candle's now about to close. So if the next candle pushes up bearish and breaks out the low, obviously we're having strong resistance from this zone. Okay, it's getting resistance the way. Had a bit of support here, but the resistance is clearly stronger up here. So I'm still bearish on gold, to be honest. So I'll set some alerts. If this candle flips bearish, we could look for a sell again. Okay, GJ's closing real nice. You're welcome. You're welcome, Diego. Yeah. So the fair value gaps, if you go to our supply and demand video, sorry, just looking at something real quick. Email come in. Yeah, so if you go to supply and... Oh, something just went nuts on me. What was that? NAS. Okay, we could get... Okay, I'm gonna take this NAS trade. We've got an hour break there. Okay, so basically we had an hour breakout of the overnight lows. Okay, we've got all this clean traffic to the downside. So I'm gonna go stop above the high. I'm gonna go for a 1-to-1, and then I'm probably gonna bring my stop just above here. Going to go for a 2.5 risk to reward, which is up against this resistance there. Okay, actually no, I'm going to bring my stop just above here. I'm just going to keep a low risk trade here. GJ is absolutely sending it. Yes. Okay, I'm actually going to close GJ out full there. Bang. Beautiful trade. Love that. Right, I need to go back to... I'll come back to that one in a second. So I just got to put this in on... Did anyone take that GJ trade? Because that was beautiful. I know someone did. 875. Yes, 20 likes. Thank you, guys. Yeah, so that GJ trade was absolutely... Yeah, GJ melted up 4%. There you go, guys. Bang. I've closed out full, just about there. Absolute stunner. Absolute stunner. Came down to that fair value gap. I'm going to see... I reckon price is going to have a reaction a bit now. But, yeah. US Jappy crazy fool. Let's have a look at that. I should have kept 20% running. That's okay, 60. You still made some profit, right? It doesn't matter. It's all good. You know, don't kick yourself. Profit's profit. It is what it is. I should have left a runner on gold yesterday. I didn't, and it flew up. So this is what it is. US oil is interesting, right? We've had a fake out. We breaked out the highs here. I'm going to just clean this up because it's all looking a mess. Okay. So we could get a fake out or a breakout on oil here. Going to be patient there. US GJ, US Jappy, we're going to look at real now. Yes, having that push down. Okay, so we had that closure back into the zone. This could have been a nice entry here, but didn't take it. So we're putting an alert below. Oh no, on the 30 minutes, not so good, but we put an alert down there. So a quick one. Similar thing on US Japanese yen could happen here, where we've got this big demand zone, we've got clean traffic below the Asia lows. If we break out below here, we've got a nice clean range down to this area here. Okay, so let's see what happens there. Again, just gonna have to be patient, see what happens, and yeah, not rush anything, guys. Patience is the game. All right. But yeah, going back to that GJ trade that we just caught, absolutely stunning. And you can see that's just simple price action, right? We waited for price to break out the zone. We were patient because this area could have given us a bit of a reaction which was going to be detrimental if we entered too early. We then saw that price just wanted to retest the lows here, and then when we broke out again, we took the trade and it just melted down. And I reckon it will come and take out that fair value gap in this zone and then potentially move to the upside. But let's see. But congrats to you guys who caught that. Skills could be a re-entry sell on GJ138. I'm probably not going to take any more sells on GJ now. That's the trade done on GJ for me. There's not much else here. We've had the breakout. So the only other time I'll probably take a trade now on GJ is a potential buy to the upside from this demand. But I think the with US Japanese still needs to come down a bit. I'm probably just gonna hold off on sales on GJ now. Let's go back to that NAS trade. I forgot about that. I'm getting too hyped up here with the chat. This has been the best stream yet, which is awesome. Okay, that's looking like we could get stopped out there on the NAS, which is alright. But let's see. Go to the 1 minute chart. Could have a reaction off this 1 minute supply here. Could just be testing that. Or not. Okay, lost 0.5% on there. Not even that actually, it was 0.3% loss on that. Is what it is. But that GJ trade was beautiful. Are you waiting for closure below on? Yeah, so basically if we get a trade which is going to go to if this closes below this mark, then I'll be looking for sales. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, missed a nice one on CAD as well here. So GBP Canadian dollar. Okay, got Asia lows. We had this nice price action PAS setup. Okay, those who are in the Discord will know. Big push down. We had this bearish candle pushing up. The next candle respected the high. And although we didn't break out, I would have definitely taken this trade to the downside here. We would have already got to our first TP. So that's stunning. It's a shame we didn't get that. What was that alert? That was CAD Shuf. Okay, so who asked for CAD Shuf earlier? It was E-Rich, right? Was it you, E-Rich, that we're talking about CAD Shuf? No, it's Diego. So we could potentially see a nice buy on CAD Shuf now. As I said, the next thing to do would be, we had lots of resistance down here. Price is now pushing up. If we can get a breakout the highs, then that could be quite nice. Just look at the higher time frames to see what it's looking like. But no trade yet. Just have to wait to see what that candle does. I'll put an alert here. Okay, guys. So it's a good day for me so far. We're doing great. Trades have been going very well. Obviously, just had a little loss on that NAS trade. Hopefully, no one got in on that one. It's so cool because it reminds me of lots of common strategies combined together. That's awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah. So it's just after years of trying to find the strategy that works for me. Like the first 2 or 3 years, I was like, first 2 years of trading, I probably didn't even know what a strategy was. I just was like, just trying to predict what was going to happen by looking at stuff. And then, you know, after like the third and fourth year, I was like, okay, I kind of get what strategy is now, and I'm going to like, you know, look some up and find out, because I'm self-taught. I haven't had any mentors. I never joined any Discord groups. Literally, I've just done this by sitting in my room, staring at these charts for over 12,000 hours, right? Yeah, so just third or fourth year was like, okay, I'm probably gonna, at some point, I'll be good enough to create my own strategy, right? Where all the rules are completely mine because I understand it so much. It seemed like a long way away at that point. And then year 5 and 6, supply and demand came into my life, and I got rid of any indicators, and that was great, and was quite good with that. And then, yeah, then my understanding just went through the roof, because those 2 years I focused on it beyond anything. And yeah, and then now the strategy is where it is, and you guys are enjoying it. So there we go. You still in the NAS trade? Yeah, the NAS trade is still valid, to be fair. I just put my stop super tight to just try and keep my risk low, which I did. And I lost like 0.3%, which was potential gain of like, what was the risk to reward actually? The risk to reward would have been, again, this is like where risk to reward is important, right? So we lost 0.3% there, but we could have potentially got a 3.2 risk to reward. I would have been laughing. My respect to you, brother. Proof that keep at it pays off. Exactly, man. Just keep going, keep going. Go check out. We actually got a cool T-shirt on the store, which is my favorite one. It's the Candle Man, and it says, "Don't give up. You got this." And it's just like a candlestick, just like. I'll put the link in the chat. Check it out. He cracks me up. Yeah, no. So that's it. Just keep going, guys. Like when I got shown the opportunity, I realized, you know, what it can unlock for me. I knew it was going to be a difficult journey, and it's still a journey. It's never going to become an end. But yeah, it's can you look at USD ZAR? Yeah, I'll have to put it on the charts, that's for sure. Let's have a look. As I say, I've never traded it. Don't even know what the spreads would be like on it. Oh, I'm just going to go to CADShift. Actually, I don't need to go there yet because it's not going to close. Okay, it looks like quite nice price action. Some of the candles are a little bit funny, but because the volume's not as high as other pairs, I can see that in the candles. But I mean, nice supply zone off of yesterday's Asia highs. Price is pushing down there, but not too much for me to say at the moment. That's a nice PA. The spreads are mad. Yeah, I bet spreads are mad. I bet they are. Right, guys, I'm just gonna be right back. I'm gonna be 2 seconds. All right, I just gotta run out of the room, and then I shall be back. Just want to have a look at some of the other pairs we're looking at. Oil is looking like our next favorable for a trade. Oil doesn't want to be down here today, and we're actually in a bit of a clean range up to this area here now. You can see that we've got pretty clean traffic. Reaction off heavy daily resistance. Support, sorry. This would be huge target. My Forex book doesn't have oil calculator. No, it doesn't. So oil, I tend to do by ear, or by like trying to figure it out with the pip size. Because if it's USD and you've got a 536, if you've got a $50,000 account, then you're only going to want to risk $1, right? Because you're only going to risk 1%, then it'd be $536 you're risking. So you got to try and figure it out. I mean, it's not the easiest thing to do. Yeah, exactly, right? So we've had those lows have been swept. We're clearly breaking out the highs now. Volume's coming in. We've got a clean range up to this point here, which is our next major resistance. So we could definitely look for a nice trade here. Yeah, exactly, right? We could get a 1 to 10 if we go down to lower time frames. There you go. There's the 1 to... Oh no, there's 1 to 5 there. Where are you checking out, man? That'd be a mad one. Right, I do have to go out of the room in a sec, but this is now looking too good. Right, I'm going to set an alerts, and I've got this going. I'll be back. Be right back, guys. Won't be long. Bow, bow, bow. Right, what's going on? Everyone's Shamba. Awesome. False fake out yesterday's lows. This is S&P 500. Ooh, gold is looking good. Gold is looking good. Gold is good. Going on gold again. I'll tell you why in a second. I'm just going to figure out this TP. Okay, the reason why I like the gold is we've got a 2-hour entry here, breaking out the lows. Okay, I'm super bearish on gold today because we've had big move out to the downside. We caught a nice trade on the flip of the bearish candle today, but this thing's just falling at the moment. We got severe. The next big resistance for gold is down here. We had that 2-hour break. The 30 minutes are clearly showing resistance. It doesn't want to come back into the zone. We've had 3 resistances, 3 times prices pushed away. So this is probably going to be my last trade of the stream today, guys. The stream's probably going to go on for another sort of 15-20 minutes, and then yeah, and then that'll be it for us. But there we go. Some volumes coming in now. Looking good. You had an alert go off? Yeah, that was gold, so appreciate you shouting that. Oil, I'm going to leave. I'm not going to do any more on oil. This is going to be the last trade I'm going to watch for the day. So yeah. But anyway, guys, I really appreciate everyone joining the stream. I can see now that there are still 2 free spaces left in the Discord. So if anyone sneaks in, even if it's an extra person, after the stream, I will be putting the monthly payment onto the Discord. So yeah, those last 25 free spaces are nearly gone. There's 2 spaces left. So if you're in here right now, go and check it out. I'll put the link in the description so you can join. And then after that, it's yeah, it's going to be a monthly payment. It's not going to be too crazy, but the situation over there is you know I'm going to post my trades even when I'm not live streaming, so you're going to be able to look at them. I help as many people as I can. The community over there is awesome. You know, I'll review your trades. I'm on there most of the day where I can in between meetings. There's the Discord. So go. I'm actually going to be finishing the stream very soon. Should be it. I've got some stuff to do, but this has been literally the best stream yet, which is insane. We've had the highest viewers. At one point I think we were at 25. Got the highest likes, and I just appreciate everyone being here. Gold TP is 905.5. Yeah, I got to go out. I got a training session with someone. As you know, I'm a personal trainer as well. Honestly, clean traffic until 887. Yeah, exactly, man. But this will be my first TP, and then at this point, I'm going to take 80%, and I'll leave a runner running, leave them 20% run for the rest of the day. The gold trade is probably, yeah, you probably could. It's a little bit overextended now, but nah, it's probably a little bit too far gone now. It's definitely too far gone now. I would hold off. Unfortunately, I would hold off. Yeah, it's going. Dun, 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 dun. Just get rid of this. I'm not in that trade, by the way. CAD shift. Let's go back to CAD shift. We had some good alerts on there earlier. Yeah, so CAD shift's just consolidating today, I think. Broker zero time. You can or you can't see. The reason why I'm taking it is it's a little bit unconventional, but because we had this huge wick up here, basically we had the breakout, so I went for my stop above here, okay, then I looked for the 1-to-1, which is down at this for 333 pips. I then went to the lower time frame to find a better place to put my stop loss, which is going to allow me to have a better risk to reward ratio, and then price is now pushing down. Take sales with tight stop, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. That's your opinion, Louis. Nicely done. I can literally bring my stop here now for a... I'm actually going to do that for a potential of a 5 to 4.6 risk to reward. And I'm going to leave the session there then. Uh, 2 seconds. I'm going to put my stop loss to 09.75. 70, I meant to say. Now, so if I ever find a trade, I'll always put the stop loss above the previous candle high, and then find a 1-to-1 to give me my TP, and then I'll move my stop loss on a lower time frame to give myself a better risk to reward. It will become clear in the video that will come out very soon. But if you keep watching the channel, keep watching the trades, you'll slowly get it. But I think I'm going to end the stream there, guys. I've got to get ready to go out. There's still 22 of you here, which is amazing. We've got 21 likes today. I can see we've got a bunch of new subscribers, a load of new people joining the Discord. There are still I just checked this. There are still 2 places left in the Discord after those 2 places are gone. So click the link and go join it. It is going to become a monthly fee. Over there, I do post my trades every day, so you can catch some trades like this that you saw in the live stream. There's going to be loads more live streams. Also, check out the store for some cool trade inspired clothing. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for you guys being here today. It's been an awesome stream. We caught some awesome trades. And yeah, there might be another stream this afternoon, but I'll have to let you know about that one a bit later. I'll keep you up to date with this trade on the Discord, so go check that out. And yeah, thank you very much. Hope you have a good trading day, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Peace.